Hello, and welcome to another special prologue for our Magic the Gathering D&D campaign. These prologues detail our currently unignited heroes and lead up to their pivotal moment of change where the Planeswalker spark ignites within them and thrusts them through the blind eternities into a multiverse yet unknown. I have with me here one of the Unignited, and I'd like to take the opportunity to let you get properly acquainted with them now.
Hello, I'm playing Oberon. He is a Simic hybrid. I should also start out with my name. I'm Andrew Albino. I'll be playing in Gilbert's campaign, which he lovely invited me to, which I'm super excited for.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Ravnica. A sprawling city that stretches across an entire plain. It's a place where towering spires and ancient districts blend into a single urban landscape. For millennia, the people of Ravnica, humans, elves, goblins, Vidalca, and countless others, have lived under the influence of 10 powerful guilds. Each guild dominates a different facet of life, from law and order to industry, nature, and even chaos. The Guild Pact, a magical contract, once kept these guilds in balance, preventing open war while allowing each to control its respective domain. And though the original Guild Pact was broken, Ravnica continued to teeter on the fine edge of peace and conflict, with the guilds constantly vying for power in both subtle and overt ways. Amid this dynamic and often turbulent society lies the Simic Combine, a guild unlike any other. Originally focused on the preservation of nature within the ever-growing city, the Simic have evolved into Ravnica's premier biomancers, pushing the boundaries of biology and magic. The Simic's focus is the improvement of life, both natural and artificial, through genetic experimentation and magical enhancement. They manipulate the forms of creatures, blending together species to create hybrids that are stronger, faster, and more resilient. Their laboratories are filled with bizarre creations, humanoids with the strength of beasts, amphibious soldiers who patrol the Undercity, and creatures that can adapt to any environment. The Simic believe in evolution, not just as a natural process, but as something to be controlled and accelerated for the greater good of all life on Ravnica. However, the Simic's pursuits have not been without controversy. Many see their experiments as playing God, tampering with the natural order in dangerous ways. The Combine's desire to improve life has also led to internal divisions, with some factions pushing for aggressive advancements and others advocating for more cautious, conservative approaches. The adaptionists who believe in continual and rapid change often clash with the more cautious utopianists who seek to maintain harmony between the experiments and the natural world. While the Simic generally keep to themselves in their aquatic laboratories and hidden chambers, their influence is felt across Ravnica. With the establishment of the Eternal Vanguard after the invasion of Nicol Bolas, the Combine has a new spark of innovation with the opening of trade across the multiverse. The Eternal Vanguard has provided new materials for the Combine, and thus new means of experimentation and improvements in biomancy. One material of particular interest to the Combine is the strange crystals that Captain Swedella Elfara has brought back from the plane of Ikoria. Its mutagenic properties are heavily studied by the Simic Combine, and could spell a whole new chapter in the development of their scientific research. That's not where we begin our story. Instead, we turn the pages back a number of chapters. We start out on a much smaller scale. Oberon, you have a test today on the history of biomancy within the Simic Combine. Do you think you might have studied?
Yes. To my detriment, though, because overworking yourself and not taking adequate breaks while studying can help you, or can actually hurt you.
Indeed, it can. Do you think you might have been up late last night?
Easily, yes.
Indeed. Your sister walks with you as you head toward the university. You are not yet a Simic hybrid. You are not yet a cleric. You are just a student. Just an aspiring young biomancer, an aspiring member of the Combine. You are essentially going through what is Ravnica's versions of medical school, in a sense, from a very early, young age. Your sister is unbothered as you two walk through the city, Passington Street, ignoring the goblins that are trying to hawk likely stolen goods. She seems unbothered to your mumbling. She looks you over and says, "Are you really worried?"
Yeah, I definitely am. I'm not sure I know enough of this topic in general. It doesn't come to me naturally.
It's literally just the history of biomancy. It's something that they've hammered into your head from the very start of you. It's all around the university. It's all around every building. Everything has a plaque or something that you can read. What could you possibly need to be worried about?
I'm not the same as you. Like the dates, the names of the people, they just I try to remember them, come up with methods. Nothing sticks. I confuse things.
Did you make your flashcards?
Yes, that just like you always tell me to, but that doesn't work for me. Like I mentioned, I've tried it. I've practiced.
Sometimes I think you might be a lost cause, Oberon.
You wouldn't be the first one.
I think you could be a great biomancer. I really do. I just think you worry yourself into a hole.
You could be correct. That won't help me though.
There are plenty of years. You'll get it sooner or later. But you really should give thought to whether or not this is actually something you want. I feel like something that is your destiny or is your heart's desire should come easier, don't you?
I question that sometimes.
Is this what you want, Oberon, or is this something that you're just doing to appease our parents?
I don't know. I haven't sat down and asked myself what I wanted.
You should have done that last night. Instead, your sister Tanari, she takes a card from your hand and says, perhaps you should have done that last night, or rather instead of incorrectly studying the date of the founding of the Simic Combine. She points at the number. It's an easy date to remember, really. The guilds were founded all at the same time. Azor created the perfect society, as the rumor is, the story is, the myth. The Simic Combine, in its current state, as it is now, considers that date obsolete in a lot of senses. The revolution, or rather the evolution, into what they have become now, is something else that they push entirely. The date you have written down is the date of the establishment of the guild at the very beginning.
You said so much, and yet I still don't know the right number. That's the issue.
Find it in your books. She walks a little bit ahead. You get a clear picture of your sister now. She's same height as you. Slender. She's very clearly confident. She holds her shoulders back and walks with her head held high. She's going to be in charge of Azanit one day. You know this. She's too talented to not. She'll have her own clade. She'll work her way up. There's a very real possibility that she could end up as the prime speaker. It's just a matter of time. Whereas your future, Oberon, is much more uncertain. It's it's an accomplishment in of itself. I think we can agree that you haven't been expelled from your studies yet. You are doing everything you can. You're not getting poor grades. It's just that you have to work every single day, every single night. It's a push, it's a slog, it's a struggle, and it's for years, for more years to come. This will be your life till you are finally accepted and you ascertain something, whatever your sister's already gotten a grasp of, until you earn your guild insignia. This is what you'll do. And that weight kind of dawns on you, Oberon. What do you think in this moment?
That I am part of something bigger, that I am part of the guild. I'm trying to help not just myself, but all of Ravnica through progress and science. So I stick with it because hopefully one day I might be able to make a change and help people.
Indeed. The Simic Combine is in charge of biomancy, the sciences, but they are also the plane's doctors. There's no medicine outside of what they do. They're not the type to mutate patients, not without consent, of course, but these are doctors, these are lifesavers, these are people that tell death no, that cure disease, and they truly do. They make Ravnica a better place. For all of the whispers, for all of the concerns, for every loose hybrid is a child saved. They do real good, tangible good. And the moral quandary of what a doctor does is far, far less than what an arrestor would do, or what a Boros legionnaire might do. It's tangible. You could be saving lives. And as you ponder this, your sister looks back, reaching the entrance to the Zonnet. Let's take this moment to examine what she sees. Oberon, this is again before you are a Simic hybrid, before you are a cleric, you are just a student. What do you look like now as a young man?
Definitely, well, around this age, usually. I'm assuming this is roughly like 14, 15, maybe 16. Elves, I start as an elf. Elves usually almost reach adulthood around this age, so I'll be pretty tall and skinny. Not taller than my sister, of course, but roughly the same height, so like 5'8" ish. Most likely blonde hair, usual elf features. Nothing too exotic or breathtaking for myself. Very average.
Very
To a
average.
fault.
As I said, your sister is the same height as you. She shares a lot of the features. It's just the way she carries herself, you think. So as you walk, as she kind of taps her foot impatiently, you find yourself straightening your back. You walk with a little more poise. And you can see a smirk on her face. She says, "Did you remember?"
Nope.
So just blind confidence then.
I'm gonna follow your lead.
My lead. All right. Well, good luck with that, I suppose. I'll see you after the classes.
Yes.
And she walks. You have class. You walk a separate path. Your test is early morning. It is nerve-wracking, Oberon. And as this assembly of students sits down together, there's a shared sort of anticipation and anxiety. Even the most prepared students will feel this, or the moment before a test of what if something goes wrong. But you receive your test, you write in your answers. It's hard, but it's not an unfamiliar feeling to you. That's maybe one thing that you have going for you that's, you might have a leg up on your sister, is that you're used to this feeling. You know that this is going to be hard, and this will always be hard. Everything comes relatively easy to her. She remembers things quickly. She can memorize dates, names. Everything just comes naturally. You find yourself thinking, what if one day she's met with a challenge that she actually struggles with? How would she react? Would she rise to the occasion? Would she falter? Would she freeze? You ponder this for a second. Would you help her, Oberon?
I don't think she would need my help if she were to struggle. If it was something that she would struggle with, then it's something I wouldn't be able to help her with.
But you believe she might rise to the occasion.
I believe she would overcome it.
You have a very high opinion of your sister. It's a very fine quality in a brother. As you ponder this, as you think of the future, hear terrible words. Papers up, pens down. Oberon, you didn't finish. What do you do?
Try to quickly, with the last 30 seconds of them walking, fill in what I can.
As they collect things, this tall individual also changed. Very clear, an elf at one point, but now bearing sort of translucent skin that is more solid the further up the arms you go, but nearing the fingertips, almost entirely translucent. This strange fade from flesh to blue. Whatever hybridization this individual's undergone, it's unclear what the benefit might be, but they bear also tattoos across their neck that intermingles along their arms. They wear a sleeveless sort of gown almost. Ornate, covered, dressed in blues and greens, and with a insignia of the Simic Combine over their left pectoral. This instructor, Zinrin, pauses as you write and sort of just waits for a second and places his hand on the top of your paper and starts to slowly pull it away.
And I lift my pencil.
It wasn't going to come to you in the 3 hours, Mr. Hildren. It wasn't going to come to you in the last 2 minutes.
Well, sir, I will try my best to the very last second possible.
And yet even that is admirable, Mr. Hildren. And kind of glances down at your paper. You can see in his eyes there's a flash of perhaps concern. He moves it to the stack and says, "Once I've collected your pages, you are all dismissed. Go about your day. Remember, there will be further tests in 4 days. Your next topic will be on the more historical aspects of Ravnica as a whole. Let's begin with the founding of the Hidden Guild, let's call it. The 10th, the Dimir, and what that could mean for our research. This test will be in the form of an essay, due in 3 days. This is a topic that you're aware of, Oberon. It's common knowledge that the Dimir were not a part of the original guild pact, or at least no one knew that they were. There were originally 9 guilds. They were the secret 10th, the hidden ones, the lurkers in the shadows, the ones that supposedly only Azor planned for. They are more common knowledge now, but their ways are mysterious. They don't really have a base of operations or a headquarters. None that can be confirmed. There's a secret name whispered. It's all cloak and dagger. And ironic as it is, they're supposed to act as your librarians, your postmen, anything that travels with information. With this assignment being given, Oberon, you are dismissed.
Thank you. I stand up to collect my things and leave.
You do this. As you exit this building, we leave this time. We jump forward, past your studies. There has been a great ordeal of things that have happened between then and now, Oberon. Chief of which, and most iconic in this moment, is that you have been accepted alongside your sister. Your sister was accepted first. You were still an assistant, a student, sort of unpaid intern, you might think of yourself. While she was a full-fledged member of the Simic Combine. But now, today, you are to be accepted. On the condition that you take part in a new project. The Guardian Project. You have continued your studies under Zinran. He's informed you of what this is. It's a more drastic, more exorbitant changes that will be made to any humanoid that volunteers. Magically transferring traits of various animals into the humans, elves, and Vidalcan that reside in the Simic Combine. The goal of this project, Oberon, is something that you know, that you're aware of. Zinran has been very open. In fact, as you wait in this sort of, well, let's call it what it is, it's a waiting room, you reflect on what he said. He told you, Oberon, you'll never have your own laboratory, my boy. You'll never run a clade. You'll never post an entire Zonnet. But your tenacity, your endurance, you have the right attitude. You're a scientist, my dear, but it's just not the mind. The Simic can use the attitude, though. You're not going to be a researcher, scientist. you may be a project. Overall, the goal of the Guardian Project is to build an army perfectly adapted for any variety of combat situations. These hyper-evolved individuals will be called Guardians or Simic hybrids. Guardians is the name that they prefer to give them more marketability. But you wait and you reflect on your studies, on your years. Somewhere out there right now, among in Ravnica, perhaps in Zone at 7, is your sister, performing her own studies, her own research, saving lives, practicing medicine. Goes through your head, Oberon.
I will definitely participate in the project and try to, at the very least, make myself useful in the experiments. Since I'm not too athletic or dexterous. For my sister, I think she's going down her own path. To being very aspiring to those around her.
As you ponder this, your friend steps out of one of the rooms. Your friend Rogasi looks you over and says, Oberon, they asked you too?
Yes.
Sorry.
Don't be.
What do you mean?
Why would I be, or why do you need to apologize or say sorry? I get to help with the Guardian Project. That's like a privilege.
You're not saying yes, are you?
I did already.
Oberon. You can't be serious. You're really willing to... This is highly experimental. This is... They don't even know if it'll be entirely successful. You could come out changed. Your mind could be muddied. You could have shark instincts or the intelligence of a crab.
Regardless of the changes, I think our people would adapt and overcome most of those situations.
You can't be serious. It's too much. You could still, it just takes more time. You just need to study. You need to, think something will click. You just need to push harder. I'm not going to be a fucking experiment for them.
You don't have to be.
Neither do you.
There has to be somebody to take the first step. And I'd rather be me than an unwilling participant.
Is that why you're here now? You already said yes. Are you waiting for the procedure now?
Yes.
Oberon, have you told your sister?
She wouldn't care.
You don't know that. What if Tanari objects? What if she...
She would say, at least I'm making myself useful.
Your mind is made up, then. We're waiting for you on the other side. I wish you had told me.
We all have to walk our own paths in life. And this is mine.
If that's really how you feel, then... I support you. I'm just worried, that's all.
And I appreciate it.
I'll be here, I guess. He kind of sits next to you. So you really didn't tell Tanari?
No.
She's gonna beat the shit out of you. She's gonna be all over your ass. Guardian Project or not, she's gonna eat you alive.
Protective siblings do that.
She loves you in her own way. She's just stuck up. Honestly, I don't know. She got all the pride and ego in your family. Your name is called Oberon. From within this sort of plastoid, almost mucus-like membrane of a door. It's time.
I'll get up, say, see you later, to Rogasi. So we should hang out when I finish. Or after I recover, depending.
Yeah, sure. I'll see you on the other side, man. And you go. Step in. There's a number of tests done here, Oberon. It's poking and prodding, taking blood samples. They give you a liquid that passes right through you. They take samples of all of your fluids. They take a tissue sample. There are a number of scientists and doctors. One by one, it seems like there's a team of them. They evaluate you. They weigh you. They check your height. They test your hearing. They test your sight. Strangely enough, one of the times that you're waiting, you can see through sort of pod that you're in, this sort of waiting area, this pre-surgery room. It's again sort of plastoid, so everything's kind of opaque as you peer out, but there seems to be a disagreement between a number of the doctors. You see one of them storm out. They push on. They explain to you that you're going to be put under for this. They put a mask over your head, tell you to breathe deep, and count backwards from 10. You get to 7 before they start pulling scalpels out. By 6, you're woozy. By 5, they are about to make the first incision. By 4, the world goes dark. When you're under anesthesia, it's like no time passes at all. You wake up the next instant. It is woozy. You are in great deal of pain, Oberon. Your arms, your legs, your spine, you are sore all over. You think you feel wet, as if you might be bleeding somewhere. You look, you roll to your side. There are tubes and medical apparatus attached to you. Needles covered with adhesive to keep them in place. You're not chained to the bed or anything. And there's some reflective surfaces in the corner. Surgical trays. A pool of water. Oberon, would you like to look?
Yes.
hobble over. It's difficult to walk. You have to prep yourself against the bed. You push. Each step, there's a little bit of pain. Your head is still fuzzy. Still darkness around the periphery of your vision. Hobble over to the cleanest tray that you can find. When I turn the narrative over to you, what do you see?
A bluish green humanoid with spiky ears still, but hairless. And on my back, I have connected to my. I don't know if they actually connect to the arms, but on my back, I have manta-like wings. And for now, that's what I have. But yeah, my eyes probably black to help see in the dark better, even though they were fine before.
A success. Nothing looks grafted or stitched. It's all a part of you. You can feel as you kind of examine the sort of manta wings, they tense as you flex and kind of pull against the pain. It moves with you. Your nerve endings, the blood, everything is connected. You peer out into past this sort of pod. You find yourself a little more clear. This is all sort of underwater. There's zonnets and everything. These aquatic laboratories. This pod of air is likely one of the very few in the vicinity. They've arranged these sort of surgical spaces in a circle. You peer out past the strange plastoid material, past through the water and the darkness of this strange underwater laboratory. The bioluminescent lighting each room fills is the only light source, but you can see clearly. You see fish swimming. You see deep things down below beneath your feet. An octopus takes its meal. A small shark swims, predatory, watching the life around it. Algae sways with the currents. Anemones retract and burst forth. You turn your vision to one of the surgical pods, peer past. You see your sister on a surgical table. She's changed. Her skin is a pale blue. Eyes are closed. She's unconscious. She's retained her hair, but it's no longer the blonde you both once had. It's almost clear from the root. It fades into a black. There are markings across her shoulders and neck. She's covered in a sort of a blanket that looks far too much like a cloth you would put over someone when they've passed. What do you do, Oberon?
Is there anybody else in the room?
Yours and hers are both just occupied by you and her, respectively.
I would go to see if she's alive. See if she has a pulse at the very least. And that she's properly covered, if she is.
You do this. It's difficult. As I said, it's still a lot of pain. Things are not they're not stitched or anything like that, but there seems to be just pain internals of the surgery. But you make your way over to her. She's breathing. You can see along her neck 3 slits on either side. Gills. You see her fingertips as well as along her arms. There seems to be extra appendages growing. Like something for an adaptation for climbing. But she breathes. She's alive.
Good.
You're content. You make your way back to your room. Recovery is difficult, but it's something that you, for the first time in a long time, comes easy. The scientists remark that they're amazed at your progress, seem to be adapting to your mutations quite easily. They run tests, Oberon. They test you, they check on you constantly. You are granted access. You are now a full-fledged member of the Simic Combine. They refer to you as Guardian Oberon or Guardian Hildren. Everywhere you go in the Combine, you're a marvel. There are a lot of eyes on you. How does that feel, Oberon?
Good, but I don't want to get to my head. Because I didn't do this by myself. And it wasn't my research that got me here.
Indeed. Your sister has gotten colder. She avoids you, which is strange. She's never been doting or loving or overbearing, but now it seems like she actively avoids you. Whenever you send her a message or you contact her, she always has an excuse of continuing her work or running new tests on her new form. How does this feel, Oberon?
I would probably make excuses saying that she's just busy and she'll get back to me eventually.
Fair enough. For all the times that your sister is not there, Ragasi is marveling at your new form, looking you over, taking special care to poke fun when it is appropriate to do so. The fact that you've lost all your hair, the fact that you are now sort of bluish green. He jokes with you sometimes, calls you mutant, and then mocks you other times. Whenever you walk into a room or walk into a laboratory, he sort of stands up and says, "Hail, Guardian Oberon!" There's always a smile on his face. He does seem genuinely happy that you survived. Time passes like this for a while, Oberon. Ragasi moves on, and He pushes on to become a scientist. It's hard for him when you see a path you might have walked, to continue pushing, to struggle. You suddenly get a glimpse, a flash, much like you did all those years ago with your sister. He'll never be leading a research facility, never leading a sonnet, never leading a clade. But he's pushing as hard as he can to get as high as he can. It's a struggle. But life goes on like this. Things fall into normality. And then everything changes. And not the fun change, not the planned changes the Simic Combine does. Life on Ravnica changes very swiftly. A citadel is built. A portal opened. Terror reigns as the Eternals march through Ravnica. The War of the Spark comes. The invasion of Ravnica with 4 undead gods. And an elder dragon to lead them. The entirety of the city is chaos. Oberon, what happens to you? What do you do during War of the Spark?
Probably wander the streets. Probably even near 10th Street. Get caught out in the open. And try to seek shelter. Closest possible place would be a chapel. And I hide inside with other refugees that are nearby in the street.
They march quickly, swiftly. Oberon, they are being commanded by some woman. Far off, you can see she wears purple garb and a beautiful gold chain veil across her face. Her eyes look terribly sad. It's hardly a thing to focus on as she points in your direction. Not necessarily at you, but she points. The Eternals, clad in blue lazatet. Strange material of undead. They rush, you move, you take refuge with others. A war brews outside. A woman helps you barricade the door. She's shorter than you. She bears no marks of a guild. But she's brave. She stands by you as she helps barricade the door. As others cower, others flee further into the chapel. There she is, next to you, helping you keep everyone else safe. She looks to you and says, I need your help lifting the bench over there. We should put it at the top. Everything else can support its weight. We don't want them bursting through the top and climbing over.
Got it.
As you both hurry and rush. It's strange. She asks you little things as you do this. As if she might be nervous and this is a habit. She asks you what your name is. She asks you what part of the Combine you're from. How long ago you were turned into a guardian. As you guys are barricading a door, she seems to be trying to get to know you. What do you do, Oberon?
I start to ask her questions too. What her name is. Where did she grow up? Where she's from.
Oh, I'm Kazi. I don't know if you'd believe me if I told you all of that. But
Try
I'm
me.
not. All right. I'm from another world.
Like,
Like not from Ravnica. This place.
okay, sure.
Yeah. See, that's what I thought. No. So she starts to tell you incredible things. Oberon talks to you about planes walking. Ravnica, she claims, is one plane. There are thousands, hundreds, countless other worlds out in the multiverse, she calls it. And she comes from another place. Claims that was supposed to be just a pit stop for her. That dragon outside is also what she calls a planeswalker, and is trying to kill other planeswalkers in order to take their power, so they can become bigger, greater, more powerful. How do you react?
The first half sounds like fun. The rest seems a little bit of a downer, but I think we can make it through if we just stay out of their way.
Did you
Hopefully.
believe me?
I have no reason not to.
Scientific mind. Are you... She pauses. You really were spark blind, even with Jace as your guys' what'd you call it, living guild pact?
Yeah, I don't do politics or history. And I thought he was from here, so it's like,
I mean, neither does he. It sounds like, from everyone I'd spoken to, it sounds like he was shit at the job.
yeah, my only concerns are with Simic. Not too much the rest of them.
Hey, that's entirely fair. You know, if we get through this, I'd love to learn more. I've only ever been here twice, 3 times.
It's very interesting.
I mean, it's okay.
Well, I don't have anything to measure it against, but sure, we'll take your opinion on it. Your wrong opinion, but yeah.
I'll tell you stories whenever all this is done. She reaches up and places another bit to the barricade. Possibility of other worlds, Oberon. Everything she tells you, it's fantastical. It's children's stories, really. What do you feel? What's your thoughts on it as you guys continue creating the barricade?
That maybe in another life, I would have been able to have such fun adventures and experiences.
It's that thought. Maybe.
If we make out with this attack alive. But nothing is certain.
As this thought passes through, as you create the barricade, you notice this chapel is weakening. You do this and the discussions are had, but you're still under siege. Things shake out of place. A hole is made, and you can see the skull-like visage of an Eternal peering through, looking, quickly assessing, the blue Lazatep shining. The others flee, rushing. A few brave souls rush forward, trying to beat it back with found weapons of stakes, discarded swords. And this woman, Kazi, she rushes forward, right into the fray. This creature is pulling out brick, and with each brick that is removed, you can see more a horde, whole sort of battalion gathering, reaching hands in and pulling out stone one by one, trying to create a bigger hole to march through. What do you do, Oberon?
Try to see if there's a way for the rest of the people to escape, find a different path. I'll bust open a window and tell them to run.
Many of them do, others stay. But your new companion, she fights back. She pushes. She makes sure, both of you make sure that others get out. One, two, three. Out the window. Men, women, children. You look around the chapel. It's empty, save for you and Kazi, and you look. They're still trying to climb through. She beats them back with a piece of wood. What do you do?
Run up to grab her to tell her to leave, so we can leave.
She kind of looks over you very quickly and says, "Right, good idea." And she begins to pull away. The dread horde, these Eternals, tear at the brick. You run toward the window. Her hand in yours. You're gonna make it. You have no idea where you're going. You have no idea where else would be safe. But here is definitely not, and you're gonna make it. You saved them. You saved all of them. You and her saved, just like you wanted to, Oberon. You thought about all those years ago. You saved people. If it's temporary, you're doing it. And then suddenly your hand is yanked back by hers. She is gripped by Eternals one by one, torn into, their talons carving into her flesh. There's a deep pain, and you can see it across her face, this agony. It's not just the punctures, it's not just the grabbing. She releases you. And is pulled, pinned to a pillar, raised up. What do you do?
I'll pin to a pillar. We talking?
One hand by the throat by an Eternal, raised up, the others reaching, grabbing, kind of clamoring.
These things have joints, correct?
They do.
I will try to kick out a leg like a dumbass. Try to give her some type of angle to fight back. Some type of advantage.
You do this, you kick a leg, and it's not expecting it. They are, for the most part, ignoring you in this strange interaction. It's strange. It drops to a knee, putting her back down on her feet, still holding her throat. She grasps and begins to pry away. It looks quickly at you and then back to her, and then forces forward, holding her throat, looking directly into her eyes, and she looks terrified. Just tears begin to flow. They flow and then they dissipate, evaporate. Cheeks go sallow. She looks to you as she begins to almost dry out. This creature's eyes glow. She looks to you and says, "Run." In seconds, she is dust. Oberon, something burns in you. You almost saved everyone. You almost did it. This person from another world, gone. So many stories. So many experiences, all these lessons, all the things you could have learned, gone. But more than that, a life gone. A life you could have saved, gone. Obliterated, decimated. This creature, whatever grabbed her, explodes in light and dissipates as something flows out of it. A streak of light. And you watch and it hurts, it burns. The agony of you failed. And it envelops you. You can't help but scream. As tears roll down your face, as something shifts within you, something burns. It's an ignition spark. It blazes. You feel a shift. The Eternals fade for a moment. Chapel's gone for a split second. Everything becomes hazy, like a desert mirage. And you see beautiful, boundless forest. Strange creatures running and hunting. Trees are so green. I think you might see other elves in the trees. I think they might see you. For a split second they look. And then it's all gone and you're back in the chapel. Something ignited. Stifled. It still burns, Oberon. You are weak. Suddenly you are breathing heavy. You look down on the ground and there's a strange etching. It's almost triangular symbol with spikes at the top. Now they look at you. You take step after step towards you. And then there is an explosion. The side of the chapel destroyed. The Eternals look back. You can see a skyship aiming cannons, flying low. And this strange, motley crew of figures leaps from the deck and runs in. Their captain, dark-skinned and flamboyant in a flowing shirt of purple. A young boy, thin of frame, frail-looking, casts spells, dissipating Eternals. A sorcerer, bald and wearing red robes, burns one of them to ash. They save you, Oberon. They ask if there are any other survivors. What do you tell them?
Yes, they fled out the back.
The armored individual with them, this paladin, shining white armor, no insignia, no guild, reaches a hand down, lifts you up. And this captain in purple looks to you and says, "Can you walk?"
Yes, I'll make it.
"Run. Do you have a place to go?"
I have a few spots I can run to.
"Get there. Be safe. Stay underground. We're gonna take care of this." Goes with his crew. Quick as he came. We fade. this day. The war doesn't last forever. The dragon defeated. You find out the names of these individuals. Captain Swedella Alfara, Erebor Rendistar, Oz the Great and Powerful, Yonath. These heroes of Ravnica beat back this strange dragon. These planeswalkers save your home. It's strange to see statues. Strange to see the fanfare. Everything that comes with it. They establish a sort of company of business. The Vanguard, the Eternal Vanguard, more so. They do good work throughout. They remain on Ravnica, at least for a time. They take their strange ship. Sometimes it leaves the world. The Simic gather up what they can. It's a sort of strange material, this Lazotep. The Eternals are kind of harvested. Their weird armor. As time goes on, there's new trade opened up. The entirety of the multiverse becomes possible with the Eternal Vanguard as they run a sort of interdimensional shipping operation. Simic Combine has a lot to grasp onto. It's a strange crystal that they bring back from some place called Ikoria that enhances mutagenic properties, triggers changes in humans. These things you're told by your friend Ragasi as he introduces you to a game called Mana Clash. It's a sort of makeshift, kind of bootleg. It's small, but it's growing. He shows you it's a card game. He shows you a card. The Good Captain. You see the image. The man who saved you. Captain Swedella Alfara. It's very clearly him, but some liberties are taken with the clothing. It's probably for legal purposes. But he sits you down. He discusses Icorian crystal with you. As he plays things over, teaches you how to play this game. So that's my area of research currently, is this fucking crystal. What have they got you doing nowadays?
Mainly helping out with their items, their shipping and all that stuff. But me, myself, I've taken a step back from the guild.
Really?
Mainly helping the community. A
I
lot
would
of
have
good people
thought that,
lost
like,
that day.
yeah, but you did what you were. You did your job. You did your purpose. You're a guardian. You did exactly that. You were a guardian.
I still feel like I could have done more.
Dude, it was a giant fuck-off dragon with an unending undead army and 4 gods from another world. What the fuck else could you have done?
I don't know.
I mean,
Call it survivor's guilt.
yeah, but we have therapy for that. You should probably talk to one. Have you
A bunch of
talked to
crazy
anybody?
strings. No.
Dude, you probably should. I ran into your sister, by the way. I know even after the war, you guys didn't talk much, but, you know, I thought that at the very least would have pushed you guys together, but you guys are fucking something else, man. When you say you step back from the guild, what does that mean? Like, are you... What does that mean?
I don't try to insert myself with experiments or go out of my way for research. If any task done, I'll assist. If a hybrid gets loose, I'll assist with that too. Things that affect other people more so than themselves, I'll step in.
I mean... Are you, like... leaving?
I'm weighing my options. I have a lot to think about.
Alright, man, well, just... keep me in the loop, you know? Kind of the only friend I've got in the fucking guild. Everyone else is just a colleague. And they're useful, but like, you know. Just keep me in the loop.
Gotcha.
And open your pack, man. I'm still on the hunt for one. I could trade you something cool if you get... I can't find, you know, the core 4, you know?
Did I tell you about them? As I open my pack.
Oh, yeah, no, you told me you met them. Fuck you, dude. I'd love to get a meeting with them, but, you know, just a scientist. You open your pack. There's an assortment of cards here. There are various other, like, heroes and things, and there are generic creatures that can be played, essentially, like knights and paladins and things like that, very clearly modeled after the guilds. Again, for legal reasons, different color swaps and such. But one in the back catches your eye. And it catches Rogassi's eye as well. You motherfucker. And you look down and there's this small wizard depicted, pointing with a smirk, countering a spell. Eyes a little bit of a glow. Says unlikely hero, the title. Says that's him. That's you would pull him. You would pull Yoneth. Fuck you. I'll trade you anything for it. I mean, except for the other core 4. But like, what do you want for it?
I'm gonna hold on to it for now.
Are you serious? You just got into this game.
Yeah, but how am I gonna beat you if I don't have at least one good card? Like
You don't even know if it's good. It could be shit.
Yeah, exactly. But you want him, so he has to be good.
Fuck. God. Just take a look through my... He starts to, like, basically put, like, what is the equivalent of a shoebox out, full of cards. He seems to have really gotten into this game. But that is where we fade. It's been a few years since that moment. And you kept in touch with Ragassi. But like you said, Oberon, you stepped away. It's on a particular day where you are tasked by the Azorius. They've called you in for your expertise. We've set up a cordon, a sort of quarantine of an entire precinct. Who wants to stay in their homes. There's a shark to crab type creature that's gotten out. The Simics have let loose one of their experiments. They want your advice on it. The arrester, for taking notes from you, says, right on, well, we really appreciate the help. We'll go ahead and If it's got to hydrate itself, then we'll go ahead and kind of keep watching all the large bodies of water, the fountains and such. It's not going to get any bigger, is it? It's not going to, like, double in size, or it's not going to get, like, a giant growth or anything like that.
It shouldn't. But also, check the sewers, too.
Yeah, shit. Alright, we'll take a look. It's just that that's Golgari domain, and they get real uppity when we go in. Yeah, man, thanks for your help. Are you giving any thought to our offer? Well, my offer, I guess.
I appreciate your teachings, but I don't think I'm gonna formally move over just yet.
Look, dude, if it's about the way you look, we don't give a fuck that you're hybrid or a guardian or whatever you want to call yourself. It's just, you know, you do good work. And we like you. My regiment likes you. You could be a great arrester.
It's a family thing.
Yeah,
My
man, I
living
get
into
that.
this with them.
I get that. Well, I mean, think it over. Just, we're here. Shit. He looks at his notes and says, that's the... okay. I gotta... How long do these things live? I have shit to do today, and there's like a new drop of Mana Clash, so I gotta get to that. Like, is this gonna be like an all-day thing?
I think it is gonna be an all day thing. You know what?
Fuck.
I'll give me your money. I'll get it for you.
You know, anybody else, I wouldn't trust that. Oh my god, I wouldn't trust that at all. But you know, yeah, the Vanguard's got a shop around on 10th Street, and since they took things over, they've gotten a little more official. So I pre-ordered some stuff. And he hands you a sack of coins. He says, "If you could pick that up for me, I'd really appreciate it. I'll meet up with you tonight. We'll play a game, yeah?
Yeah.
Hell yeah."
I put his coins inside of my purse, so they're double secure.
Excellent. You have your coin, his coin. What's the rest of your day like, Overrun? What do you go through for the rest of your day?
On the streets. Almost like a vigilante. Seeing if I could do some more research on the other worlds Kazi mentioned. Or at least rumors.
So you have a whole list by this point. All of Ravnica has basically evolved from being spark blind, especially with the introduction of the Eternal Vanguard. The system that they have in place for planeswalkers to planeswalk it basically into what is essentially an immigration office, a processing center, to be sure that the planeswalkers coming into Ravnica have no nefarious reasons to being there. All of Ravnica is aware of the multiverse, and given the Eternal Vanguard's technology and they've accomplished, it's strange times you live in. Meet up with your friend, the Arrester. Play a few games of Mana Clash. It's time to go home. Start it all again. Whatever reason. Maybe it's the game. You find yourself reflecting on that feeling. Overrun. It's a memory you think about a lot. The loss of Kazi. For whatever reason tonight, you think about it a lot. And to be quite frank, you're not much fun to be around tonight. Even with the game, you try to keep up, but it weighs on you. That's survivor's guilt. You remember that feeling she passed, that burning sensation, that flash. Hurt. Not as much as it hurt her, though. You're on your way home. box of cards. Make your way. Really just thinking about that night. Pause for a second. You peek in your box and you look at. You think you've assembled the core 4 over your time playing this game, or you just keep the unlikely hero?
I definitely would have tried to, especially since they all saved me. I definitely would have tried to get the core 4.
You built a deck around them, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah. The pet deck.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna reach in, you look at it, sit on basically a park bench before you head home. Really just think outside, taking the fresh air in. You look through them. The good captain, the unlikely hero, the rending star, the great and powerful. Strange times. As you let loose an exhale, start to rise, sharp pain comes across your back. Happens once, twice, and a third time. It's well placed. It's well planned. You bleed. You feel the wetness take your clothing. Box scatters, cards everywhere. Pool of blood begins to form. Somebody reaches down, hand in your eye line as you drop the pain. This is no normal dagger, no normal knife. You might be able to shrug that off. This is sort of paralytic. You reach down and pluck the unlikely hero before any blood gets on it. And they step over you. And they walk. Your mind takes things in. A man's frame. Order. A bit lithe. Don't glance back, they wear a hood. Look. The boots are wet. Smelled like salt water. And you think, this is it? This is it. Killed over cards. For some reason you think back. You remember Kazi. Killed for something far more precious. Something opens up in you. We're on a memory of that night. You watch the cityscape change. As blood leaks out, that fire burns once more. That long-forgotten feeling takes hold. It grips you. You get a second chance. As something takes hold of you, you planeswalk out into the blind eternities, across the multiverse, into a world unknown. And that's where we'll end this prologue. Thank you for being here, and thank you for watching.